People, it's over. Elvis has left the building. It's done. Over.
I love that.
Oh, man.
I play that all the time.
I must have been on a rant or something. Jesus.
I love it. That's one of my favorite clips. I always put it. It's there permanently there.
God.
I love it. I just
I
love it.
know.
Everyone loves it. So, yeah. How are you, my friend? How are you feeling?
Good. Allergies are killing me. Had a beautiful day off yesterday. It was nice.
Yeah.
Took a couple of shots on Twitter, but hey, it's nice, you know.
I've tried to keep away from Twitter as much as possible.
Right.
Hellhole, as they say, you know. So,
Right.
but we got a few people here.
Nice.
Hang on, let's have a look. Alice is in the house. Hello, Alice. Good morning to you, Alice. See how we do, my darling. Miss, very loyal Miss. She's always here. Love it. So hello to you, Miss. Maureen from Mexico. Hola.
Hola.
Hola. Hola, Morena.
¿Cómo estamos, Maureen?
There we are. I just say hello, Maureen. How we doing? Diana Bellina. What a name, I love it.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you? Lovely dog. I love that dog. Tim, how you doing, Tim, all the way from Denmark?
From Denmark, yeah. Nice.
Big old dog. Elvis is alive.
Elvis is alive.
Living in Compton. Hang on, get this. I'm going to put this up because Karen will probably be arriving now in a second. I won't put the. Geez, I can't speak, Sean. I won't put the audio for a second. Mary Viviano, just stopping by to see what are you up to. Mary is from New Jersey, Sean.
Nice.
She's another half Italiano
as
well.
Italiano.
So, Mary, I've not seen you for months, Mary. How are you doing, my darling? We will be covering Karen Reid, so hopefully you can come and join us, Mary. And this is Sean. You will love Sean. So,
Mary?
Hopefully you can come and join us for this because Mary loves the trials. But I covered the trials she didn't enjoy. So, I've not seen her for months because of that. So, hopefully she comes back. Christine Fortunato, another half Italiano in the house. Hi, Christine. Tony. Top of the morning.
Tony.
Tony. Top of the morning to you. What's the crack, Tony?
What's the crack?
Hey, Wendy.
Hey, Wendy. Boys. Wendy's one of my excellent mods.
She is. She's awesome. She's great on Twitter, Facebook, everywhere.
Thank you, Tim. I appreciate it.
There we are. Morning, Elise. How are we doing, Elise Sullivan? Awesome to learn you pronounce my name right. Dina, thank you. Dina Bellina.
That's nice.
I love that. That's right, Dina Bellina. It's simple. Good morning, everyone. Hope we can all get this last Euro and get this going so Jeopardy set in place and she can be acquitted. Yes. We'll go into it a little bit more now about what's happening today once we say hello to everyone and we see Karen arrive. But Sean, did you get my email from Christine?
Whoa. I have not. Not yet. I haven't. Actually, Christine, I take that back. I have not checked yet. Had a rough night last night with my allergies, and these fur babies didn't want to sleep for some reason. But hey, I will get to it there, Christine.
It's true. I saw him with JM and Coffin. I don't even want to say a name. Dina's half Italian from New Hampshire.
Nice.
And New Hampshire. It's all these Italiano pizzerio. They're everywhere, Sean. Italianos.
Ragazzi.
Kathy Lennon, morning from Marshfield.
The northern edge of the Irish Riviera.
There you go. Marshfield. Hey, Kathy. And
home of the old Rexicana back in the day.
We got to then get Baseball Daddy, who was from Indianapolis in that Indy area. So we got to go somewhere different. So how you doing, fella?
Not too far from Julie Carpenter.
No, it's not. She's at the top, but I'm not sure where Baseball Dad is. But yeah, she's near the top of Indiana. Good. Come and join us. Helena, again, I love this name. Helena Handbasket. Bonjour, mes amis. Bonjour, mes amis. Hello, Helena. Hola.
Bonjour, mes amis. Nice.
Hola. Ronnie's in the house. Hello, alternate Sean and chatters. Hello, Ronnie.
Hey,
How are
Ronnie.
you doing, my darling? Hope you're well. Mary, I will be back. Very interesting, Karen Reid. When will this trial start? Monday, Mary. Monday, officially. It's supposed to be. Look at Den. Dennis is there in his gear.
Signing autographs.
Famous. Dennis is famous.
He is.
Hens, how we do, my darling? Hens. Hens, one of the biggest and best advocates I've ever met. She's awesome, Hens is. If you're ever in trouble, always go to Hens. She loves us. So good luck for Cable for council. Good luck, Hens, when she's running for local council to try and make a difference. We need more people like that. Yeah. Donna says, good morning, gentlemen. Missed you yesterday, although I'm sure my work was glad I was working with one airport in all morning. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, thank you, Donna. Thanks for joining us. As I said, we're just going to chill out this morning first of all until Karen arrives. Then we'll get into the meat and potatoes after that then. Dina, my 102 years old grandmother calls me Diana Bellina. Happy days. Good evening from Yokohama. Where's Yokohama?
Yokohama.
Is that Japan?
It sounds like it could. I think that's right. Is when he asked him about the rising sun the other day, B?
Ah, yeah, Japan and China. Yeah, actually, that makes sense then, B.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought you were just asking a generic question. I didn't know. When does double jeopardy apply? Only after sentence, or if the case has been dismissed?
Once jeopardy begins, in this case, it will begin when the jury is finally seated and brought in under their oath they need to take, depending on how the outcome is. If it's a dismissal, that means she can never be tried again, because that would then invoke double jeopardy if she was brought back to be tried. So there's double jeopardy. Now, if it's a hung jury, which I hope it would never get, then she won't be. The case won't be dismissed, or she won't be adjudicated. A dismissal or a directed verdict in her favor puts her into the double jeopardy status, and she'll never be tried again. So.
Tony says, Gumba, originally from the village in Everett here. Oh, here we go.
Nice.
Hello, Sharon, as well. Hi, Sharon. How are you doing, my darling? Nice to see you. Karen's arrived, so.
Oh, here we go.
Hi, Carla. Mrs. Ash.
No, I know.
Karen. How does it feel to be known as a cop killer? You're going to prison, aren't you? Right? You have any remorse, Karen, for what you did to the O'Keefe family? You have any remorse, Karen, for what you did to the O'Keefe family? Huh? Well, you denounced your supporters harassing the O'Keefe family. Well, you denounced your supporters harassing the O'Keefe family. Karen, shame on you, Karen. That's what we love you, Karen.
Daddy's in front of him.
Don't touch me.
That guy needs to be blocked.
Like the prison, ain't you, Karen? Yeah, you are, Karen. You are. Right? Watch out. Right, Karen? How's it feel to be known as a cop killer, Karen? How's it feel to be known as a cop killer, Karen? How does it feel?
Disgusting.
How's it feel, Karen? Karen, how did you manage to walk into Josh Levy's office in November of 2022? You know him? There's your father? Mr. Jackson, did you go to Mexico? You're going to prison, Karen, aren't you? How's it feel to be a cop killer, Karen? How does it feel to be a cop killer, Karen? Shame on you for what you did to their Keith family. Shame on you, Karen.
She wouldn't know.
From the man that pretended to be the Sandy Hook shooter's uncle, Bernardo High. You're the boy gets arrested. This is who we bring in.
Nobody.
This is who we bring in. Brian, you don't want to side with him.
Oh, come on.
It's a guy like that One bad move and it's over. You know what I'm saying, Dylan?
Yeah, that guy's a piece of shit.
It's crackpots like that. He attacked Aiden yesterday.
Yeah.
But it's someone like that with so much rage, and he's literally, I mean, come on, he's certifiable, right? But someone like that can make a statement, and she is completely defenseless. She has no one flanking her in security. No. They should be around her, like forming a wedge, like the Secret Service does, right? They form a V. It's actually a triangle. So
it's just absolutely disgusting. Yeah. For people that don't know that, I don't even want to say his name, but I think I have to say his name. But the name of the guy is JLR. He's JLR Investigates on YouTube. To be quite honest, he's a scumbag, an absolute piece of shit.
Right.
He harasses victims. He harasses people. There's a lot of stuff. He's been in prison for 10 years for scamming people. He does all this for attention. I don't know much about him. I just know genuinely absolute piece of shit. And I hate saying that. Apologies for my language, but do you know what, Sean? That's the worst I've ever seen. I mean, Grant's bad. Don't get me wrong. But Grant's not. This
guy has violent tendencies. You can tell. He's unhinged. I'm telling you. They got to take note of him.
Wow, I've not seen that. That was, he attacked Aiden yesterday, but Aiden, whatever. But that for Karen was,
not cool.
Hey, Erin. Hey, Carla. How are you, handsome man? Oh, do you know what? I was doing very well, Sean, until I saw that. Do you know what I mean?
It's just, I don't know.
Well, nothing we can do about it. Just please don't go follow it. If you support him, then you're probably not going to enjoy this chat, is all I'll say. Hey, Ozzy, how you doing, my darling? Mimi, good morning from Rhode Island.
Nice.
In between Gary, Indiana, and Chicago, Illinois, a city called Hammond. There we are.
Okay, beautiful. There's a resident office in Hammond for DEA. A good friend of mine was the boss there. Great area.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Lana.
Great interview with Gavin. B Legend. Oh my God, not this jackal. No, he was JLR. Yeah, that's it, JLR. Barry. Hey, Barry. Here we are. He is Mimi. He is. Are they? Well, obviously they are, but he is. Yeah, JLR makes Grant look like a fountain of charisma. Yeah, I mean, all joke aside, like Grant is annoying, but he's not dangerous. Yeah. JLR is dangerous, is what I would say.
Exactly.
Elizabeth, he should be charged with harassment. Yes, I agree with you, Elizabeth. Barry Stevens, Grant's actually fun, unlike this ghoul, just creepy. Right. JLR stealing Grant's thunder. Grant got a couple of questions, stupid questions in at the end, but the typical Grant questions.
Yeah.
Yes. Convicted federal felon. I've never heard anyone yelling at her that way. It's horrible. Yeah.
He actually did 10 years in federal prison. I mean, wow.
Well, I know he sentenced to 10 years. I'm not sure if he did 10 years.
Right.
Why the fuck is he allowed to be?
$1.4 million he stole from people.
I've not got
there. He doesn't look that old. I don't know how old he is, but
I'll get to it now. I don't understand why he's allowed to get so close to her, but everyone else has to stay to it. So he was within outside the 200 zone. That's probably why.
Are they doing split coverage? I think Aiden has to go up to a hearing up in Leominster, I believe.
Yes, you're right. Yes,
you're
right. So JLR went to Carwin instead of Tilboy then today. You're right. Scott's doing that one. Yes.
Now, who's Scott?
Don't know. No idea. I just seen it now. Just saw the name. That dude is unhinged.
Yeah.
I thought there was a no zone. So I think they can get close to her up until they get into the zone. Obviously, they all got into the zone and did that. That's why the police were like, get away. But he can do that outside the zone, essentially, which is sickening. I hope she gets some security.
It's the protester demonstrator zone.
Yeah.
So.
But you're right. She needs some sort of a protection. I know Dennis. He stood up to them just now. I saw Dennis stick up to him. I predict that the boob yelling is going to be taken care of in a bad way. Someone is going to be in trouble for it. Yeah, I hope no one gets in trouble for it. He's not worth it, because if you put a finger on him, he will sue you. He's
right.
He's been suing people like Bill Belichick, Britney Spears, all these people. He's unhinged. Yes. Yeah, no, she definitely needs security. He's not actually dangerous, just extremely annoying. I don't know. I mean, from what I've seen of him, like he did, like, allegedly put some hands on people yesterday. I don't know. Anyone that's unhinged, I think they're dangerous, and you must be unhinged to do what he just did there. You can't be all there. Do you know what I mean? So.
Well, it's the level of his voice that concerns me. He revs up, and that could be mistaken by another person. You never know, but all you need is two people like that, and then you have a situation.
And that's what I mean. I'm sure he's not going to start a fight, but it could cause a fight. Says, and the people are saying it's the free Karen movement that's causing problems down there. No. It's quite interesting, because I saw a tweet by somebody, I think it's Wine Mum, that wine woman, who was saying, take that, Aiden, or something. So I'm not sure she's going to still be like, celebrating this person as an anti-Karen Reid person. If they want him, good luck to you. Do you know what I mean? Good morning, gentlemen. It's sunny in Naples. What a name. Good morning, gentlemen.
It is. It's beautiful today. It was beautiful yesterday.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Be legend. Maybe defendants should be afforded similar protection as witnesses. She's a potential witness in her own case if she chooses to testify.
Right. That's true. Well, no doubt she's a federal witness. I can tell you that. There's no doubt she's a federal witness.
Tony, I agree, Tony. He's violent. I don't know much about him, if I'm being honest. I know he blocked me on Twitter because he lies a lot. He does lie a lot.
So you've encountered him before, Dylan?
So he made a post. So I think in Idaho, he was harassing a lot of people, local people in Idaho, for Brian Kohlberger. And he made a post saying that he's going to be speaking to the DA in the Brian Kohlberger case. And I posted back a video saying, bullshit, not, we might be meeting the DA office about your case, but stop lying that you're going to be meeting about Brian Kohlberger. And it turns out, who was right? I was right. It was nothing to do with Brian Kohlberger. It's about his own personal case. And he wasn't speaking to the DA. He was speaking to a low-level employee, obviously, or whatever. But he makes it out like he's, he clickbaits, essentially. He loves to do clickbaits. So as soon as I called him out for his bullshit, he blocked me and sent his minions after me, his girlfriend or wherever she is. She started attacking and stuff like that. But it is what it is. No.
Thanks, man.
Disgusting. I know. Joe, I was looking forward to today. That's actually pissed me off. Sean. Again, apologies for my language, but
think about that. He really went right at Karen, right at the door. So.
And it's only going to be. There's more people like that that's probably going to come to this case.
The loons come out of everywhere. I'm telling you, they're going to come out. They have their cars, and you never know if they're being paid to come up. This guy, he lives in Florida, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. Yeah. He goes around the country. He's not somebody that I don't know. But as I say, there's been more people like him coming as well. That's not. This is not tip of the iceberg yet. Come Monday, you're going to think this is going to get even worse Monday.
Exactly. Yeah. Especially when all the coverage, all the news networks up there like CNN, Fox, they'll all be covering this, and then the local networks. So
yeah. Boris Stevens says he does have the right to say pretty much anything he wants. Yeah, everyone's just. They have the right, but
it's true. I mean, if you're a purist, but I'm just saying it's his right, but it's her right also to have some kind of security.
Yeah,
and she's wide open. I'm going to tell you right now, she's wide open.
Yeah, Again, yeah, he has the right to do whatever he wants, but it's your moral level. Like that,
Right.
that's totally against
Yeah.
my morals. I would never ever support that kind of action. So, yeah,
they're being misinformed, obviously, because they mistook a few boos, right, that happened to Carl and other people, right, for booing the O'Keefe family. Now, did they get a little shade from the booing of the other people? Maybe, but I saw Turtle Boy denounce. He said, no, do not. No, you don't boo those people. But that got blown up. And, unfortunately, there's all kinds of video. I'm not sure who all those older people were. Maybe Peg was there. I'm not sure. But, that's the type of stuff they're going to say. Well, you did it to the O'Keefe family. We can do it to her. So.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, well, fine, whatever. Again, each to their own, Sean, each to their own.
Right.
Just, I can 100% tell you here now that we certainly won't be supporting that behaviour in this channel. Read some of JLR's lawsuits. He is out there. It's hilarious. His suit against Jeff Gordon is a good read. Yeah, he's got hundreds of lawsuits out there. As like Bill Belichick, Britney Spears, all these people. Hello, Sarah P. as well. The pace of judges move in this trial might take 7-8 years, not months. B, I think B's right. It might take 7-8 years, 7-8 months maybe as well. Isn't afraid of prison. No, I don't think he's afraid.
No. But here's the other thing, Dylan, and Aiden's got to be careful. He even caught himself yesterday twice. These guys know all it takes is one altercation that Aiden gets involved in. He's going to be revoked. And then last night on his live, he was almost willing to call back Jill Daniels, and someone had a correct him, said she's a family member of a witness. So he's got to be he has to be extremely careful, because they are not going to stop hunting him. That's reality for poor Aiden. So
yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, they're just waiting for. In some ways, unless he's going for his own court, Aiden's probably better off just streaming from home.
Yeah,
which is a shame for him, because he's done so much for this trial that he should be able to do whatever he wants. But when you got lunatics like that, they're only after one thing.
Right.
So I don't know. He actually did 13 years. So K-Pick says he actually did 13 years. He did 10, then 3 on a violation.
Jeez. All Fed time. That's pretty wild.
He followed her up to the court stairs. I'm not sure he did. I think they blocked him. Grant followed her up the court stairs. Yeah. Grant did, but I'm not sure that JLR did, because he was in a red top. I think they blocked him. I know Dennis and all them were blocking him.
Yeah.
But again, if you put hands on him, he's gonna it's hard. How do you block that?
Right.
I didn't see that. If he did, I didn't see that. I saw Grant go up. I didn't see him go up, to be quite honest. Sean, Scott McGinnis, maybe. I will see his name in groups. I think we might be. I'm so behind in chats. 22 people against Karen, yes. What is Scott's YouTube? Who we talk about Scott here? Who's Scott?
I guess the other guy up in Leominster.
Sorry. Okay, sorry. Scott McGinnis. Sorry. That's how far behind we are, Sean. Let me skip a lot here. There's a lot about JLR. We'll skip the JLR stuff.
Did you hear the doxing of someone famous to us? Allegedly, Kevin Lenahan, young Yellow College Tales, was using Andrea Vickers as a fake account, and I guess I'm just got a text saying that he doxed himself. I guess I'm not sure how he did it, but
no, I saw something actually. There's a lot of people doxing themselves. I sent you a text the other day.
Yes.
Remember the girl that calls her, the alleged girl that calls her word, is a spokesperson from the courthouse or something.
Yeah.
Or
she's allegedly Jill Daniels, allegedly, because she had pictures of in her down below.
That's a different one.
Really?
That's a different one. The one I sent you was a guy. I don't remember his name now.
Oh yes, no, you're right. The public spokesperson for the DA, Traub.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're all over it. And Kevin now was on it. It's like these people, man. Hello, Josie, my darling. Good morning, afternoon, evening. These are right, but there's a buffer zone. So I'm sorry, I'm so behind on all of this stuff. I'm drooling over. Yeah, this is the thing, Melissa. It's true. They're drooling over JLR. So that wine person, whatever her name is, and I'm sure Carpenter and all them are loving JLR at the minute. But that shows you the type of people they are. So the Glare Deeds know all about this guy. They have a video explaining his history. He harassed the Sandy Hook families and he passed as one of the uncles or one of the victims or something. Yeah. It's a piece of shit, man.
I believe he has 190 subs. 190,000 subs.
Yeah, he's got a lot. But Aiden was saying that he thinks he's bought all.
Oh, yeah, they found him. Yeah.
So he sued loads of people. So if you want to see more about him, go to Turtle Boy's channel, go to Glare's channel. I don't want to make this about JLR. My view is I don't like the guy. I think he's a piece of shit. And it's really upsetting to see what he's doing. This channel will not 100%. That's so right into you.
I don't know what the hell's going on. Get back. I don't know what this thing is doing. I got to set it up better. Get me off this. Come on.
We got Bruins fan. Any idea why there's no court tomorrow or Friday? No, up to Judge Bev. Basically, she's in charge. I think she wants to start out fresh, as you said, Sean. Start fresh Monday. But also, there's another thing that you told me offline now we'll get into now. Let me just go through everybody. Go and follow Sean. That's a link to his channel as well. Sean, do you think they call Lucky to run him over with a plough? I think they call Lucky cold trickle.
Yeah, not to run him over. To be... Well, there's two things. Someone said that they tried to change Lucky's schedule. Evidently, Lucky used to always have this route, and there was some attempt, again, it's source information, how reliable it is, but they attempted to try to change Lucky's schedule. And it didn't work because I guess Lucky fought it. He said, no, I want my own route. And I believe what they tried to do, Cole, was to make it appear that was an accident. And that, listen, if they try to cover up a murder, they could definitely cover up an accident a lot easier than a murder. So I do believe that was option one. I believe that.
But it didn't work for them, so it didn't turn out that way. But that makes sense that they were trying to frame him, but it didn't work out. So he didn't hit anybody. So
so if the cops were called, right, it would be reasonable, right? If someone heard on the radio scanner, hey, there might be a pedestrian down on Fairview Drive or Road, where the hell the street is. The cops make an inadvertent discovery of John, which would have been perfect for all concerned. They would have wrote it up as a tragic accident. The people inside would probably say, yeah, he was really drunk when he left, whatever. I mean, either way, that would have been the preferred way to cover this up. And it just didn't work out. So,
yeah. Hang on. JD saying he's getting exactly what he wants. All live streamers, everyone's talking about him yesterday, today. This is the last we talk about him. He's done.
Yeah. Even McGlare said, don't give him any,
No, we're done.
Anything, what am I doing here?
As we said, we've addressed it. He's going to do that every single time. If he is, I'm probably going to mute it because I just can't listen to that. That's disgusting. But yeah, no more talk about him. Piece of shite. As they say, piece of shite.
Shite.
Okay, piece of shite. Slauncher. Join the Ultimate Corner community through Buy Me a Coffee. There we are. There's that. Josie's in the house. Love that shit. Floor and Order. She must be talking about yours. Oh, sorry. Bob must be talking about yours because mine's a Travis Rudolph one. Yours is a Floor and Order one. Right. Let's skip to the. Here we go. David Troby's last and 5. Yeah, the one that called me Sean. Yeah. The one that called us a retard. One of those.
Amazing.
Hi, Janice, Lou. If you'd like to support the channel, PayPal, buy me coffee. Never required, but always appreciated. How many of the extra accounts have been run out of? Yes, big old dog.
Right.
They're all coming up, Sean.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Right. There is court for Karen tomorrow to hear any outstanding motions at 9 a.m. Oh, is there, Kathy?
Is there? Wow.
I didn't know that.
Huh.
I didn't know that.
I wonder if it'll be televised.
Yeah, actually,
it would be, right?
Yeah, we've not heard anything. I've not heard anything. Right. Hi, Sean DeLon, Southie in the house. Hello, Buttercup.
What up, Buttercup? Southie.
I'm back. She's back. Erin Hack's back. School drop-off is making me a wretched woman.
Wow.
You're way behind, Lan. We stopped talking about him. I know. Well, I've stopped talking as well. But we need to give 5 minutes and that's it. Done. What's going on with Proctor's IA?
I guess not much. If he's on the road with a badge and gun, so who knows what that was all about? All about nothing, I guess.
We were talking offline a bit, weren't we, about because somebody asked, why is this not continuing on till Monday? Why are we not there till Monday? Because, you know, it might be a case, Sean, as you sort of mentioned, that there could be discussions going on behind the scenes, deliberations, potentially. I'm not sure if you want to touch upon anything that could potentially be happening.
Yeah, I mean, everything's on the table up until the time that the jury is seated and they're read in their little sworn, duties. At any given time, the prosecution can move to dismiss the case. Okay, there's going to be a lot of soul searching done this weekend. All right, I think it plays out better for the prosecution because it gives them more time to prep the witnesses. However, it also gives them a great insight because so witness preparation, it's not against the law. They do it all the time. They bring the potential witness right to the stand where they're going to be sitting. They're going to say, okay, you've never probably done this before. I'm sure Proctor won't be an issue. But say let's say take Jen McCabe. She gets to sit in the booth, the box that she'll be testifying from, and they do her real cross-examination. They actually practice, her real direct examination, okay? Then they bring in another defense attorney, right? To practice or to role play her cross. And they try to really give her all the different potential, I don't want to say attacks, but potential questions she'll be asked in potential levels of voice, like, mean, nice, whatever. So if they do 2 or 3 or 4 of those witnesses and they feel, oh my God, that they can't do it, that these witnesses can't stand up to a practice, what are they going to do when the cameras are on them? What are they going to do when they have the real live defense team cross-examine her? They have to look at Karen Reed. So that could give them cause, to say, wait, Jesus, if we can't get our own team together, how the hell are we going to be able to present it to a jury? So, like I said, I'm still saying there's plenty of time for decisions to be made on how they want to proceed. But once the gavel is dropped, it's go time. And Lally has to get up first. He's got to give his opening. And then I guess the defense has to choose who in their 3 are going to give their opening. So, and then it's on. First witness, Mr. Lally, your first witness. And God knows who he's going to put up. But I'll tell you, it's going to be epic. I'm so happy you and I are covering this. I'm going to have to you have to mute me forever because I'm going to have to put tape around my mouth. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't been this excited since the OJ case. I'm really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's such a build-up now. It's starting to feel real now.
Oh, yeah.
So it is getting there. Before we go on, hang on. We got this 2 seconds. Just thank you to Mexi, bought 5 coffees. Thank you to Mexi. Thank you to Gary Titus. Good morning from Canton, Mass, gents. There's a dog. Hang on. So thank you to both of you, Mexi and Gary, for that. I appreciate you.
You see everyone?
Yes. Hello.
Paris. This is little Paris.
Paris.
She's my little. She's, I have the big lab, half lab, but this little baby, she's my little girl. Little Paris. She's a Shih Tzu, half Shih Tzu, half poodle, and she's the half sister of her brother. They share the same mother.
There we are.
Right?
Is she well behaved?
Oh my God. They have to. They got Big Daddy in the house.
Big Daddy in the house.
Right?
That'll be great companionship as well, I bet.
Oh my God. Jesus. It's amazing.
Hang on, we got this. Kathy says this, so let's share this. Let me just show this. So, according to Nick Rocco, tomorrow 9 a.m. jury trial. So just so everybody's aware, jury selections go until the end of today, as they only need one more seated. With that being said, Karen has a hearing tomorrow for all of the outstanding motions Judge Bev has not ruled on yet. IA information, jury box moving, and so on. Tomorrow, you'll most likely be able to get in court. There you go.
Okay.
There you go. So there'll be, I'm not sure how long that will take, but sounds like that's when they're going to do it. This is Dennis. Free can't read. Dennis. Okay, so knowing Judge Bev, it's only going to be like half an hour probably tomorrow. It's not going to be that long, but it's interesting they got that lined up. So it must be, let's get it all out the way and then start fresh Friday. Okay. Monday. So like Friday's off. So it's probably going to be a couple of hours on tomorrow then, which, well, we'll cover. We'll get on and cover it if it's streamed, Sure. I don't think it's been... We're only doing a short stream today, guys, especially even shorter now that we know that that's on tomorrow.
Right.
So we'll jump on there tomorrow. Go through some of your comments now, and then I got an Emily Baker video to play. And then, we'll have a brief Q&A, and then we'll give up for the day. It's only because we got tomorrow as well. I didn't expect tomorrow to happen, so...
Right. And, it may be, like you said, 15 minutes. She says, I'm going to let Aruba in, or I'm not going to let Aruba in. They can't argue, right? She's going to make her decision. So it could be all of 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, she knows already how she's going to rule this, so...
Right.
Question: if FBI agents show up for the trial, what would that tell you, and what could it mean? You think it would happen?
To testify or to make arrests?
No, to I think turn up to the trial. It would be to make arrests, probably. But I don't think they would do that, would they? To the trial?
I think they would do their typical knock on the door at 6 a.m. in the morning, make a press conference prior to trial, and then the judge would have to make a decision based on who the arrestees are, if that's the case. Now, if the FBI agents come in to testify, which according to Alan Jackson, they're going to be on the list to testify at some point. It's going to have a huge impact on the trial.
Everyone loves the name Paris. Everyone loves the dark. You need to get Floyd on the t-shirt.
I gotta figure it out how to do it.
Dina, yes, tomorrow 9 a.m. Eastern. So we'll go live at 8:45 tomorrow.
Sure, it sounds great.
Question: chances FBI agents on the stand would answer can't comment due to ongoing investigation, or will questions be tailored so they can answer?
They will definitely be, if the defense puts them up, they will definitely answer the questions posed to them. Right? Now, they may be asked questions inadvertently, maybe say on cross-examination, when the prosecution gets up and crosses them, they may say that. But if I was Lally, I wouldn't even cross them, because if he opens that door, it's over with. You know, that's the fear. And the other fear is this. I wrote something, I think it was either last night or this morning. All these days keep rolling in. You know, the goal for any prosecutor is to limit the direct examination, right? So that the defense has to maintain on their cross strictly to the scope, right? That the prosecutor was, say, for instance, they get Proctor up there, and they only ask him questions on A, B, and C, right? Which is crazy, because he didn't have to answer a ton of questions. Theoretically, I mean, by law, the defense is only to question him on A, B, and C. They can't go into, you know, X, Y, Z. So because that's out of the scope of, you know, direct. So can Lally, you know, tailor his direct and be disciplined enough? I just don't see how he can put those witnesses on without falling into the trick bag. I mean, Proctor has to talk about his involvement in this case. You cannot, there's no way he can get around that. Jen McCabe has to answer a ton of questions because she played a vital role in this investigation. She gave multiple statements. She was present when John was found. She called 911. She's going to have to authenticate. She's going to have to get on the stand. When they play the 911 call, right? She's going to have to authenticate. Yes, that was me. As soon as she takes a stand about that, now the defense, okay, so you made that call, right? And they get to talk to her. What did you mean you saw him get out of the car? You never said that before. You said it at 6:15 or 6:05 when you made the call, but you never once said that to any investigator, that you saw him get out of the car. That's on tape. It's going to be crystal clear, okay, when you get the real one-on-one between the police, the 911 police officer answering the phone, and her. She actually said, I saw him get out of the car. She had never made that statement before. So that is going to be interesting. That will be very interesting.
A lot of it's interesting. We've got Barb here, who's obviously very much on the coroner's guilty side. There's only one suspect. If there were any others, they would have been arrested. You can't be serious. Arrested yet. You know, there's only one person been arrested so far. Doesn't mean there won't be more people arrested. Karen gave 5 different stories. But like you just said,
well,
there's a lot of stuff.
So did Jen McCabe. And so did the press when they said there was video of her running over John. Isn't it amazing how things change?
Yeah.
Just remember, it doesn't matter. I said this the other day. If she said she actually killed Jimmy Hoffa, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts has to prove that she killed Jimmy Hoffa or she killed John O'Keefe. Doesn't matter what she said. They have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, can they use her statement? Sure. But guess what? There's going to be enough suspicion. Let's put it right. Let's call it suspicion, right? About how Proctor collected that evidence and what he did, how he processed it, how he collected it, and how he maintained it and place it into evidence. He's going to have a laundry list of questions to answer to.
Yeah. But obviously, there's obviously for this trial, there's people could be set in their ways and just pick on one thing, and that means she's guilty. Whatever happens, it's like, right. Whatever. Just
listen.
Hey.
I understand the other side, but the other side fails to understand that their big guns, the big gun evidence that they thought they had, is gone down the toilet. It's gone. It's over with. Right? They don't have the big guns anymore. They don't. Because all their evidence is in, right? Unless they get some kind of mystery witness, like all of a sudden, Deputy Chief Kelleher says, "Oh my God, I didn't realize it. I found this in my hard drive somewhere," and it shows Karen running over John. Like I said, they're not going to have that moment. They don't have Pequisite. You guys are throwing this out all over since January, like October, November. wait till you see what she did at Picoside Farms. Where is it? It's not there. It's not there. But what we do have is what happened when she backed out of her driveway. And I'll tell you right now, everyone's waiting for this huge dash cam video. Wait till you see that. I haven't, but I know what's going to show. It's going to show exactly what Jen McCabe saw. It's going to show exactly what Kerry Roberts saw, right? And when Alan Jackson or Liza Little say, okay, so that's what you saw, right? See that video? That's what you saw. And she's going to say, yes, that's what we saw that day. And they come in with that photo that I put out, and they say, did you see this also? And they're going to say no. Talk about Elvis leaving the building. It's over with, because that's what the government is saying the tail light looked like at 12:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Forget 8:22. Forget 5 o'clock. Forget 4:30 in the afternoon. All they got to say is, Kerry, that's the video you said you saw. You saw that right there. What's in that video screen, right? Yes, we saw that. Well, guess what? Done. Over with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
So
think about that.
Also, this is interesting as well. Microdots posted this. Sorry, I know there's some questions. Donna, I got your question, my darling. I will get on to ask it now. But look at this. Can someone explain this? All cameras fail when Karen Reid's SUV passes by.
That is beautiful.
If you got any doubt about, she said to change the story 5 times.
Beautiful.
Well, where's the ring video from the neighbour's home? Where's the CCTV from Canton Library?
That's beautiful.
Where's the Canton Police Station? Why is it deleted? That's very coincidental that all these 2 minutes missing.
Yeah.
So, try to explain that.
Right.
So when people say Karen's lied 5 times, or McCabe's, are you saying the McCabe's are lying and stuff like that? Well, it's a bit coincidental that all these things that would exonerate Karen in an instant, bang, all gone missing. I hope that you got literally any kind of IQ to see what's going on right now. So, Donna asked a question. Any chance the case may be dismissed tomorrow?
The case can be dismissed today. It's all in the hands of Mike Morrissey. Right? The judge has wiped her hands clean of this. She's not going to make that leap. This all comes down to Mike Morrissey or Josh Levy.
There you go. Get ready for junk science and character assassination. That is how they convict the innocent. It happens every day all over the country. Yes.
Yeah.
Strap in. If you're not used to trials, strap in. I will say this. Strap in, because there are people out there that will be popping in and going, Karen's guilty and they'll never be able to explain why she's guilty. Trials are toxic. When you watch trials, it's toxic because you get frustrated. Chat will get frustrated. Me and Sean will get frustrated. It's always going to happen. And I always put this notice up for you guys. Remember this, okay? If there's anyone in chat who you don't like, an easy fix is to hover over their names, press the 3 dots and click block. I put that there because when you watch trials, things get emotional. And whether you like it or not, people do flip out for 2 minutes in chat. And we normally would time you out, just cool off for a little bit. It's all good. We all have been there. We've all done it. It's just don't let people agitate you. So, and also just remember, if someone comes in here and says, Karen's guilty for X, Y, and Z reasons, as in reasonable reasons, I'm happy to listen to it.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Be open-minded about it. Do you know what I mean?
Your screen says it perfectly. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty. All right. But I'm also willing to hear what the other side can say in convincing fashion that she's guilty. I haven't seen it yet.
No.
All the things they told me to be careful of and watch out for have been debunked. They're not even being brought in. Whoa! Wait till you see the video. Wait till you see the video from inside the Canton PD. That's gone.
Wait till you see the video of her actually smashing into Officer John O'Keefe. Oh, that doesn't exist.
Yeah. So did they get hoodwinked? Did someone manipulate them? Seems like they were, or they just all got together and they got their marching orders. Jonathan's
in the house. Jobothan. Right on. Ted Daniels has tweeted. Judge Canone says she will consider moving the trial to the courtroom next door. She says courtroom is smaller and only press and participants would fit. So no audience. The defense had argued some of the jurors would not be able to see witnesses face to face based on the way the current courtroom is configured.
Yeah.
The prosecution proposed moving to the courtroom next door as an alternative.
Yeah.
That would suck. Hang on, what's he say here? Good morning from the main session at Norfolk Superior, where jury selection will resume in the Commonwealth v. Karen Reid. As of Monday, one more juror was needed, but the judge was still reviewing requests from people who had been selected the week before, who asked to back out for hardships. There are a few outstanding motions including if DA Morrissey will testify, if the jury box will be moved, if the Bode Labs DNA test results will be allowed. The full SJC is considering if the buffer zone put in place to shield jurors from outstanding outside influence is constitutional. Opening statements are scheduled for Monday. So the motions allegedly will be tomorrow. We'll keep an eye on Ted for a little bit.
Sure.
But today's going to be a short day anyway, I think. It's weird that she doesn't do the motions today, just to
I
get
don't
her out
know,
of the way.
we're only picking one juror. Why couldn't she do the motions today? I mean, she already knows her decision, right? She either going to allow Aruba or not allow Aruba. What else is out there? The DA, she's going to allow that or not allow that. The victim witness assistant guy, either allow that or not. It's yes, 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 or no, yes, no. It doesn't matter, you know. That's 3 minutes. She could do that. She already knows. But you know something? Someone made a good statement. She's draining Karen's defense fund, right? Every minute her attorneys are in court is costing money. She could do that, but see, she knows those attorneys are. Maybe Alan and Liza will go back over the weekend. I doubt it, because they got to get prepared also. So,
right.
It's a shame. It really is.
I'm going to whiz through some questions here because I'm well behind here. So, Hans says, what if Karen is convicted because Bev doesn't allow FBI to testify, and then the feds try the other officers and they are found guilty, not Karen? Would she be released? Good question.
Well, yeah. I mean, the idea is that, okay, so just in that scenario at all right, that would mean that the feds have enough probable cause to make arrests right now. Okay, so the thinking theory is that they won't allow her case to get to the jury, because you're right. What is it? Hens? Who was the questionnaire? You're right.
Hens.
Yeah. Hens. The jury. You can never. I'm telling you, you can never predict a jury. Anyone who says they can, forget it, because once you get in that room, you don't know who you're dealing with. And I've been told there's been, almost fisticuffs inside a jury room, but in that scenario that she posted, that would mean the FBI, and I believe they've already indicted their case to someone. I believe they have a sealed indictment. I just think they're garnering more. Okay, so I did that post. Each of these witnesses that are standing up for the prosecution, to include the state troopers, have all testified in a state grand jury. They've also testified in a federal grand jury. Okay. Now they're going to raise their right hand in a state trial. Think about the typical inconsistent answers that would be provided under oath, knowing that they already have a record. So, like I said, this is going to be a case for the ages. I'm telling you that this case will go down in the history of trials. They'll be teaching lawyers and future lawyers forever on how not to present a case or how to defend a case based on this case.
And Also add to that, I think there's going to be a basis around there about what happened leading up to the case, the freedom of speech element as well. I think there's a lot of stuff.
So many elements
that's going to be taught.
Yeah, like for the state police, Proctor will be used. This isn't how you don't blow up your career for anybody. Resign. If you can't take the pressure, resign. Don't put yourself in harm for anybody. You swore to an oath, right? You swore the day that badge was put on your chest, you swore an oath, right? And they got to consider this, right? There'll be case law written on this case. Some way down 10 years later,
100%.
Reed versus Commonwealth, there will be case law written about this case. Guarantee it.
We've got Lana in the house. Hello, Lana.
Hey, Lana.
TNT, as you call her.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because we got confused yesterday.
Sure.
Last week, at the start of the week, we were confused. We thought Lana was your mod, and then she wasn't.
I like TNT. I like
TNT.
That.
What do you think the date will show on John's phone between 12:30 a.m. and 6:04 a.m.?
Yeah, that's a great question. And some TNT, Lana, you may want to check with Olivia. I talked to Olivia last night, and we were having a serious chat about the GPS, okay, and John's phone. Olivia, as she is, she's amazing. She found in the prosecution's own records a movement of John's phone with the GPS at 1 a.m., something that was sitting in her basket for months, and she found it, and she's about to blast it on Twitter, on X, as we speak. She's banging up a post right now. So between yourself, Lana, and Sleuthy Goosey, Sleuthy Goosey.
Sleuthy Goosey, yes.
I was going to say Goosey Sleuthy, but Goosey Sleuthy. Yeah, in Spanish, everything is reversed. But anyways, I don't know why I'm thinking in Spanish. But what am I doing? I'm speaking to a guy from Wales. Come on. I do have a question for you. I don't know why this came up, but no. Try to get together with Olivia. She has a little weapon that she's going to come out today, and that to me made all the sense in the world. So we'll hang on to that. Okay, so Dylan, I do have a question. Yeah. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I haven't heard this song since probably the 60s, and it has to do with you and your country, right? My wife goes, "What the hell is that song?" And I woke up this morning saying, "Pussycat, pussycat, I love you."
Love you.
So
yeah.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Who the hell is Tom Jones calling pussycat?
Do you know? I don't know who he's calling pussycat. Hang on. Let me just.
I said I have to ask. This is going to be a great question. Kind of break it up, people. I'm sorry, but this is Tom Jones, great singer from Wales, talked about pussycat.
Yeah. Because I got it up here. It was written by. It wasn't written by Tom.
No.
So it's written by Bert Bachelor or something.
Okay.
Who
was Pussycat?
It's one of his early hits. Fine. No.
I hope it was about a cat.
Well, the song is predominantly light-hearted and fun. It touches upon the complexities. It touches upon the complexities of love. It's basically around the ever-changing dynamics and the desired excitement of a relationship.
Jesus.
Okay.
All right. And
I don't know. It didn't say who or what and stuff. So Tom Jones, he is obviously a legend in Wales, massive legend. Yeah. He lives probably about. Well, his hometown is probably about an hour and a half from me.
Nice.
I went to university in his hometown. I've been to the pubs that he grew up in, and where he used to play in Pontypridd. He lived in Treforest, lived in Pontypridd. Real, blue collar.
Oh yeah.
He still goes back very often as well. Right. You see a picture of him in the pubs and stuff like that. He sings. Some of his songs are now banned, obviously, because of the woke nature of people these days.
Geez,
you can't say certain songs, words now.
Right.
But yeah, absolute legend, Tom Jones. Love Tom.
Great singer. Great.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Josie's on it. She's going, Barbie, you're free to have your opinion, but no name calling. Thank you. This is Josie being nice. Josie's being nice. Watch yourself until the claws come out.
Gotta like the mods.
Yes. TNT says, love you some educated men. I want to go golfing, Sean. Let's do it. You ready,
Let's
buddy?
do it. Let's do it. I want to get on your show there, TNT. I'd love to be on your show. All right. Or you come on my show. Whatever. I'd love to share the wealth of information.
Also, she's well into the Bright Kohlberger case as well. That's probably
something that's true, yeah.
And that's something you probably enjoy as well, a little bit of that. There's a lot of background in that as well. Thank you, Jonathan. Okay, hang on. There's a lot of you. Sorry if I'm missing everything. It's just Jonathan. If Jonathan's saying this, that means there's something. We encourage people to express differing opinions and get along like adults. If you have a personal issue with someone, feel free to use a block feature on them to stop drama before it begins. Happy days. We're all friends. Okay, let's have a look here. I'm trying to see. Oh, here we go as well. Popcorn. Right, this popcorn. So I believe, I'm not sure who this is for. Maybe Kelly Reed. It's if for every amount sold, 50% of it goes to the Karen Reed Defense Fund. So and it's only in the US, but you can also donate as well if you wanted to. So please give that. It does help Karen with her defense fund. And it's a bit of fun, but it's also something quite serious in it as well. So please go and support if you can. I'm just trying to go through everything here. Sorry if I'm skipping everybody. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
That's a great song.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Okay, I'm trying to. Geez, Pussycat. Delilah as well. Yes, Helena loves it. Okay.
Yeah, maybe Helena.
Okay. Right. We will go and watch a little bit of Emily D. Baker. So she's got a lot. Do you know Emily Baker as well?
Me personally, no, I do not. I've never watched any of her stuff either.
That's fine. Oh, before we go,
look at Dennis.
Dennis, my man. Hey, Dennis, bodyguard, Dennis Sweeney.
Oh, I don't know, Dennis. I'm trying to get it working.
Your cash app's not working, Sean.
I don't know. I don't think the Bank of Boston had cash apps. I don't know. I got to figure out. I got to go check my account over there. I know I had some money in there at one point. I was on a dugout canoe on the Amazon River when I last checked my Bay Bank account. So we'll find out.
That's it. Thank you, Dennis. And thanks for being the bodyguard for Karen as well.
Thank you, Dennis, for all you do, brother. Yeah, it's great.
I will show you a picture of the free Karen Reed with the turtle on top as well. Now you can say this. Darlene Carucci, Puerto Vallarta, Service.
Well, Darlene, thank you for your suggestion today. Okay, I'm going to definitely use it. And I need some of your little graphic design. So we'll talk offline. Darlene is a great supporter, and she helped me out a couple of times back in the past. Did some graphics for me. So yeah, Puerto Vallarta, Sotheby's, nice.
Yeah. So I hope I did that right. I don't know. Darlene Carucci, Puerto Vallarta, Sotheby's. I just roll the R's and hope for the best.
Yeah. The double L is coming like Puerto Vallarta. Puerto Vallarta.
So Darlene Carucci, Puerto Vallarta, Sotheby's.
Puerto Vallarta. Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta.
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 There you go. Right there, buddy.
Puerto Vallarta.
Yes.
Darlene. I'll just call you Darlene.
Darlene Carucci.
Brent
nice.
Darlene, hello. Thomas Jones, hello. Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dennis for supporting. Thank you.
Buttercup. There you go.
Yeah, Christine, he will do an interview, yes. We can also have Sean Popcorn selling Naples. Baybank is slow to pay these days. Right, let's go through. Oh, yeah, Edward says that worked with Emily D. Baker, worked with Jackson when he was prosecuted in LA.
Oh,
yes.
wow. Nice.
So let me entertain you. That's Robbie Williams, that is. Take that. Oh, before I go on to Emily Baker, we got another one of the. Kate Hannon bought a coffee. Thank you very much, Kate. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, that's a bit too large for me. Let me just go down one there. So, yeah, thank you to you, Kate, for your generosity. Appreciate you. Thank you, darling. Right. Let's get Emily. So, Emily.
No, I hate to say this, Dylan. I hope it's not me, but I think more trolls are coming because of me. Because I don't think you had many trolls before, have you? I would hate that they'll be evading you in your program because they're trying to get at me. So I don't know.
No, I mean, no, I don't get too many trolls. I'll be honest. No. But at the same time, Sean, I mean, there's a difference between trolls. There's a difference between someone that wants to have a conversation,
right?
You know, that's what they're fine.
Right.
But if they just come in and abuse, then the mods will delete them straight away. There's no.
Right. Okay.
If you're being abusive, you're gone.
Sure.
You get one chance, and that's it. You're gone forever. But no, I don't think even whatever her name was just chatting now. Look, she can have an opinion.
Bob 471.
There we are. She can have her opinion. It's not an issue.
It's fine.
If she's going to be rude, then she'll be gone. But
I
don't think she was rude.
Me and the Roguester, we talk offline all the time. We're talking about Trump, who his VP thing is going to be. Listen, we can find common ground. You know, we just differ on this case. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine everyone involved on either side would sit down at a party, have a cocktail, and be the best of friends. All right. Now, not all of them. I don't think I'd sit down with Grant or the other idiot there.
No, Jay,
I would venture to say that if you take this case out, we would all sit down and have a peaceful dialogue on any subject, right? Mm-hmm. And this guy Rogie Rogue, I mean, we talked yesterday for about a half hour talking about politics. We seem to have the same.
Yeah, you do.
I'm not as wouldn't say I was as far right as he is, but you know, like I said, I mean, we came to common ground. I think he's almost back on the side. I think he's this close.
Well, and also to his credit, I was just saying, to his credit, he doesn't abuse you. Do you know what I mean?
No, not now.
No, what I've seen in chat. No, I mean in chat.
No, right now, no. I mean, we're beyond that now. We're at game time now. Right? Yeah. We're lacing up the shoes. We're getting ready. We're hitting the pads. It's about, they're going to blow the whistle here pretty soon. So, you know, now the time now is focus on what's going to happen inside that courtroom. That's where we're at.
And if there are trolls, like I think Cole doesn't like you. Sean, do you know you want to apologize to the other side? For what? What am I nothing to apologize for?
What am I apologize for? Because because I did what Kevin asked to do, weigh the evidence and use logic. That's what I did. I weighed the evidence based on not 35 years as a bartender, 35 years as a trained law enforcement officer. I think there's a big difference. I'm sorry my conclusion came out different from Kevin's. But I happen to know what evidence is. I happen to know what evidence isn't. Okay, you can't fabricate evidence, right? That's what you can't do. So, I mean, Cole. I mean, like I said, I'm not. Who am I apologize to?
Nobody.
Because it took the 6 days for the state police to analyze a vehicle that was clearly hit, and they said there was no damage. After 6 days, you know, you should have done it the first day, like all good cops do. All good cops.
Yeah.
All good detectives get the job done, especially for a fallen officer. You should be ashamed of that, Cole. You should be ashamed of the fact that you're supporting an investigation that was done so badly that it's an embarrassment for the family. Take that back to the bank, Cole. Whatever your name is, Cole. What's your name? Cole Pritchard.
No, but this is what. Hang on, I think this is the one. Let me just get this up.
Yeah, I got to get the blood flowing. I let them all come in. I don't care. I have to wake up here.
This is what Sean's going to say. This is what you're going to say.
Look, what's next for me, Joe? I'm going to get that second.
Oh, shit. Hang on. Let me go back to start. Oh, come on. Work for me, baby. Trust this now not to work, isn't it?
That's right, Dylan.
That's the one.
For what?
That's you,
For
Sean.
what? For what?
Yeah.
For believing what I believe in? Get out of here.
Exactly.
Get out of here.
And my hang on. Here they come. We ain't scared of few trolls. These are all the mods going, I can out troll a troll.
Man.
We got it.
I love your mods. I love my mods too. My mods,
Yeah.
man, I'll tell you. Actually, my mods were getting into it. My mods were. One of my mods said, "Sean, we're gonna have to kick the mods out." It was pretty good. What do you say, blessed mom from Tejas?
I bless him, mother.
What part of Texas?
Yeah,
I might know. I might know you. We may have spoken recently. I may. I'm not sure.
Right. Let's get into Emily D. Baker. Here we go. So let me get that down there. So do you know what? I'm waiting for my delivery, right? So short story for people. I bought a new laptop Monday.
Oh,
Great.
God. Yeah.
So set up Monday, Tuesday wouldn't work. My laptop's bust. Brand new laptop bust. My old laptop bust on Friday. My new laptop bust on Tuesday. I got a delivery hopefully today to send my old new laptop back to Amazon. So I've got to keep an eye on delivery drivers. So I think they're on the way.
Problem.
And also, my mod, Josie, sweetheart she is, I was like, why do I keep lagging? I got all, I've now got a brand new laptop again. Like, why did it lag? And she's like, you need to put the cable into your laptop from that thing, the box. So I don't have that. So that I'm waiting for delivery to get that wire to go into my laptop. So then that means there should be no lag. So,
jeez.
So if I go, and you're also waiting for delivery. So if we go blank, we're just going to get deliveries.
Okay, no problem.
Right.
I'll manage to destroy your channel in 5 minutes, my friend.
No, you won't.
You
are a legend.
Wait a minute. Hold on. This could be the guy right now. Right now. Where the hell is this thing at? Hold on. 1 second. All right. Stop the camera.
Stop the camera. Right. I suppose we're going to get that. You're from Austin, Texas. Yes. I meet you here and have been following you everywhere. You're on fire. There's a song there. You're on fire, my desire. Oh, that's Erin Hack's song. Erin Hack. Erin Hack. So, yeah, thank you everyone for being here. Obviously, Ozzy's back. There's a lot of stuff I've missed here. Sorry, people, if I've missed your chats and stuff like that. I do apologize. I do like to keep up with it, but as you can see, it goes a little bit quick. But it is what it is. It's fine. Right. We're going to play Emily D. Baker. Any quick questions, then we'll answer them. I don't want to be too long today because, Sean's got a lot of stuff on as well. So we'll keep it short, but we'll be back tomorrow for the motions hearing. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Why doesn't she just do it today? I don't get it. Why is she dragging people back and forward? I don't know. I don't understand it. She may change her mind. She might do it today. I don't know. But there'll be a quick one tomorrow, I think. But yeah, we'll definitely be streaming a little bit longer tomorrow if the hearing's on, if you've got questions about the motions and stuff like that. But I do want to play Emily D. Baker. Yes, she is. Hello, beautiful. What's the name?
Here's the number one. This is the Shih Tzu, half brother to Paris. This is Princeton. Can you say hi, Princeton? Look at the camera, Princeton.
Hello, Princeton. Beautiful.
Beautiful boy.
She is beautiful.
Okay, Princeton, you can you be a good boy. You want to help Daddy work? Okay.
So, Bless Mama says she's from Austin. She's been following you on here for ages. So, thank you, Bless Mama, as well.
That's right. I think we talked about that. Where the hell is this thing?
Thanks, Miss. We have questions. Oh, and another one. Love them. Oops. Cuties. Revenge, yes. JD, right.
No.
Let's get everything here. It's fine, they can... Oh, hang on. Again, if you can support the popcorn stuff, let's have this up here. If you click the link, it takes you to... I'll show you this, and then this is to Kelly's page. You see it?
Oh, nice.
So
okay, so that link right there, beautiful.
Yeah, they've raised 8,000 there. I think 4,000 of that then goes to Karen's funds.
Awesome.
You got the originals, the classics. You can make a popcorn donation. You know, there's so many things there. You got.
You just make a donation without the popcorn.
Yeah, you can make a popcorn donation. Send popcorn to essential workers.
Okay, yeah.
No shipping cost, $24. So
great. Beautiful.
And recent supporters are here. And you can see a leaderboard here. These are all people raising money as well. There's 12 of them.
All right.
Resistant to silence as well. 2,000. This is great. This is great.
Yeah. I'm gonna get that link. Yeah, I've been meaning to do that. I
I
owe Kelly big time. Big time. Big
so
league.
what's Kelly's like? Is she sister with Karen or what?
No, he is Karen's first cousin. So let me get this right. Her dad and Karen's dad were brothers. So I believe first cousins.
Right, yeah. I posted her link in the private chat for you, Sean.
Oh, beautiful.
So I'll grab that. Right, let's get this down then. But yeah, go and support Kelly. And another mod you don't want to mess with is this one, Sarah P, the silent assassin. Nick, as one of the Jackass guys, promoted his popcorn. Jesus. Right.
I want to see that one again. I want to see that. I have to see that. Hold on.
What was it? This one?
What? Yeah. All right. That's it. That's all I wanted to see. Who is it? Oh, God. All right.
I like this. Oh, yeah. Boston JD, hello, my friend. While investigation showed and law enforcement is involved, the judge should do everything to appear impartial. Bev is doing the opposite.
Yeah, that's true, Boston JD.
Sarah P is the OG. Shorty did amazing on that Gavin Fish show. He was near the case.
Thank you. Yeah, it really, I did not believe he did not know much about the case at all. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and he gave me as much time as he possibly could. And he became I loved his facial expressions. It was just amazing. On the other side, to see him, it was great.
Right, so here we go. I'll play this now.
When I said this case was going to be contentious, there is quite a lot going on around this case, around the internet, and not just around the internet, but also in the town of Canton, Massachusetts, which is a community that has deep ties to the individuals involved in this case, a community where people live for generations, and the community has been pulled apart, as well as the internet, by those following this case closely. If you've not been following this case closely, I've got you. We're going to do an overview today. I really want to go into this case as a juror. I am going to overview generally the prosecution's allegations, what the defense is rebutting it with, the very, very odd circumstances of, at this point, a year-long, at least, federal investigation, including a federal grand jury investigating, it seems, the investigation and prosecution of Karen Read, which is a very unusual circumstance. The fact that the defense and prosecution have agreed and asked for continuances, and the judge says no. I was watching part of a hearing from Friday, April 12th, for the last motions and motions in limine ahead of the trial. And there were motions that both parties agreed on. And the judge is like, well, I actually don't know if I agree with you. I'm like, I'm sorry, what is happening in this courtroom right now? And the judge was like, no, I'm not going to tie the witness's hands like that. And that was specifically on the issue of witness intimidation and witness harassment, which has been alleged to be quite widespread in this case. And I think a lot of that stems from how contentious this case is, how high profile it has become, the intense regional division on this case, and, well, the outstanding question. Is this the murder of John O'Keefe, or is this a cover-up of the murder of John O'Keefe? And that's really what I want to see play out in court. So my approach to all of this is I have questions. And from the first time I looked at this case, I was like, I have a lot of questions. And I want to watch this case without a ton of outside information to see which side either answers those questions or doesn't answer those questions. At the end of a criminal trial, if your questions are not answered, well, that is reasonable doubt. And I'm not sure how this case is going to go. I'm also particularly interested. One of the prosecutors' last name is Morrissey, and trying to keep that prosecutor and Carrie Morrissey from the Rust case separate in my brain is going to be interesting. And two, one of the lead defense attorneys is an attorney from Los Angeles, a former prosecutor who prosecuted the Phil Spector case, among others, who was at the office at the same time I was at the office, but also was the defense attorney and is now a high-profile defense attorney for Harvey Weinstein and Kevin Spacey. But what I know from previously seeing Alan Jackson in trial is that he is a very, very good trial lawyer. But I wonder what being a very high-profile Los Angeles defense attorney will play like in this Massachusetts courtroom. Also, we haven't covered a Massachusetts case on this channel yet, and some of you may disagree, and you are always welcome to disagree with me, but I'm ready for some Massachusetts accents. Look, we have covered a lot of South Carolina, and this is going to be a vast departure, just a vast, vast departure. But I also spent, the beginning part of my collegiate career at UMass Amherst, and I loved the Boston accent. But every time I went out, people are like, where are you from? Because it's clear, like, she doesn't go here. I was like, California. They're like, sounds like it. I was like, yeah, it probably does. I used to do a much better Boston accent. I will say I don't do a very good one anymore, but after 5-6 weeks of trial, maybe that will change. We picked up South Carolina pretty well. So let's take a look first at the indictment and the charges. This indictment is from June 22nd. It actually says the second Thursday of June 2022, which is very confusing to me. Like, can you just tell me what day it is? It should be noted that this is the second charging of Karen Read. She was originally charged with fewer charges than the second degree murder was added. So we're going to go through these. This is charging Karen Read of Mansfield in the county of Bristol on or about January 29th, 2022 at Counton in the county of Norfolk, did assault and beat John O'Keefe with intent to murder such a person, and by such assault and battery did kill and murder the said John O'Keefe. Yes, I am reading this indictment verbatim, and is guilty of murder in the second degree and not in the first degree in violation of the MGL Code Section 265, subsection 1. They end this for their grand jury with against the peace of said Commonwealth and contrary to the form of the statute in such case made and provided. We're going to talk about some of the other unique aspects of this jurisdiction when we get to some of the things the judge has sealed. Oh, no, I've spilled the punchline, which in their courts is not called sealed. It is called impounded. I have never heard of a court impounding documents. Welcome to Massachusetts, friends. All right. The second charge, Karen Read did operate a motor vehicle upon a way as described in the code or in a place to which the public has the right of access, or upon a way, by way they mean street or road, or in a place to which members of the public have access as invitees or licensees with a percentage by weight of alcohol in her blood of 8/100ths or greater, or while under the influence of intoxicating liquor, and did so operate said motor vehicles so that the lives and safety of the public might be endangered, and by such wanton and reckless conduct as so described, did cause the death of another person, to wit, John O'Keefe. So this is charged as a second-degree murder and also a DUI, or as they refer to it, is an OWI, operating under the influence, causing death. The third cause of action against Karen Reed is did operate a motor vehicle upon way or in place in which the public has a right of access. And then we're going to truncate that a little bit. And without stopping and making known her name, residence, and the registration number of her motor vehicle, did go away or avoid prosecution or evade apprehension after knowingly colliding with or otherwise causing injury to John O'Keefe, such injuries having resulted in death of said person. That is the third cause of action. So what does all that mean? It means that there are 3 charges against Karen Reed: second-degree murder, driving under the influence or OWI and causing a death, and leaving the scene of an accident that resulted in death. So it is a hit and run, driving under the influence resulting in death, and second-degree murder. So let's talk about what the state's perspective of this case is, what the defense perspective of the case is, and that very unusual federal investigation. Starting with the prosecution, because that's the very beginning, and they're going to present their case first once they pick a jury, which I think is going to take a bit longer than in other cases that we have covered. So this is just a reminder, if you're ready for gavel-to-gavel coverage, Lawnerd app is going to help, because I don't know when they're going to finish picking this jury. Some of the court days are going to be half days. So if you want to make sure that you don't miss a thing in this weeks-long trial, LawnerdApp.com, or just put Lawnerd in your app store. Prosecution's case. The prosecution is alleging that Karen Reed, while driving drunk, hit John O'Keefe with her car and left him to die in the snow. The evening that we are talking about, kind of the overnight into January 29th, 2022, they had a big nor'easter come through and quite a lot of snow, which is a factor that is going to be discussed quite a lot. Those of you that live in snow areas, some of the things you're going to look at in this case and be like, that's strange. There are environmental factors here that I think will come into play during evidence that will be very much known to a local jury. And we will discuss for those that live in the more snowy regions and less snowy regions of the United States. Because again, if you've never lived in snow, as I hadn't for most of my life, it's a whole other situation. That is the basic premise of the prosecution's case. The defense's case is that this is a cover-up and the investigation was compromised by the close personal relationships of those who lived where O'Keefe died and the responding officers. The defense is arguing that John O'Keefe was beaten inside the home where Reed had dropped him off, and then he was left outside in the snow to die. Keeping in mind that John O'Keefe was a Boston Police Department officer, others involved here are Boston Police Department officers. There is one federal officer from ATF whose name also comes up quite a bit in this and will be a witness to this case. Leading up to the death of John O'Keefe on January 29th, 2022, the state is alleging that John and Karen had been arguing, that the relationship had hit a couple of rough patches, and that John O'Keefe's niece told police that she had heard them fighting and that she had heard John tell Karen that their relationship is over. We will be hearing from at least the niece. I don't know if we will also hear from the nephew when this case goes to trial later this week or early next week. John's niece and nephew lived with him after his sister had passed away. And shortly after his sister passed away, his brother passed away, and he took custody of his niece and nephew. And Karen Reed often stayed with them as well. The night of January 28th, 2022, John O'Keefe and Karen Reed went out at about 7:30, 7:40 in the evening to CF McCarthy's in Canton. They were drinking there. Surveillance shows the bartender providing drinks to Karen Reed between the hours of like 7:47 and 10:22 About 6 drinks and some shots. Karen Reed had been drinking like vodka sodas. John had been drinking beer. At 10:40, they leave that bar and head to the Waterfall Bar and Grill, also in Canton. At the Waterfall Bar and Grill, they run into friends Chris Albert, his brother Brian Albert, who is also a Boston police officer, and Jennifer McCabe, who is Brian's sister-in-law. Brian Albert invited the group back to his house, and Reed gave O'Keefe a ride to that house in her black Lexus SUV to 34 Fairview Road. That house becomes quite important. That's where John O'Keefe is found in the early morning hours of January 29th, 2022. Thank you to today's sponsor, Thrive Cosmetics.
I mean, you might like that. I'm skipping that.
Oh, yeah.
So apologies if you're into cosmetics, but I ain't.
According to Karen Reed, she woke up around 4:30 a.m. on January 29th, alone, still dressed in what she had on the night before, on the couch at O'Keefe's house, but he was not home. She then called McCabe and other friends, asked if anyone had seen O'Keefe. People start calling back and forth to see if anybody had seen him or knew where he was. Reed, the other friend Roberts, and McCabe met up at McCabe's home and then headed to Brian Albert's home. Witness statements indicate that Reed saw O'Keefe's body as they drove up and got out of the car and ran over to him. Others say it was too dark, and with the snow, they could not see where he was as they were driving up. She cleared snow off of him, tried to warm him up, and then at 6:04 a.m., Karen Reed called 911. He was transported to Good Samaritan, where he was pronounced dead at 7:50 a.m. Witness reports from Roberts and McCabe indicate that Reed said that she was so drunk that she didn't remember anything from the night before, but she wondered out loud to them whether O'Keefe was dead or had gotten hit by a snowplow. And they noted that when they all went to Albert's home the next morning, that they believed Karen Reed was still drunk. They also indicated that while they were driving over to the Albert's house, that Reed was asking, could I have hit him? Did I hit him? And then told the women about the cracked taillight on her black SUV. Prosecutors also state that when asked about the state of John O'Keefe's face, which we will talk about in a moment, she responded to first responders, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him. Prosecutors also state that there are microscopic pieces of taillight plastic found on O'Keefe's shirt, that DNA from John O'Keefe was found on pieces of the taillight, and that data from the Lexus shows that it reversed at a high rate of speed and kept going. The Massachusetts ME said that O'Keefe was likely incapacitated by severe head injuries, and hypothermia was a contributing factor to his death. It was also reported about the condition of his body. He had 2 swollen and black eyes, cuts and abrasions, skull fractures, and abrasions on his right arm. We will talk a lot more about the state of John O'Keefe's body because the defense information about what could have happened to him is vastly different from the state's theory of the case. Prosecutors also argue that the grand jury was presented with a substantial amount of evidence. The grand jury came back and indicted Karen Reed on the murder charge, the driving under the influence, and the hit and run. And the prosecution argues that to dissuade or pull away from the defense theories, which they state are exactly that, just theories that aren't founded in a ton of evidence. And we have seen this argument each time they are in court going back and forth. And when they were in the motions in limine, the defense was arguing to present evidence of third parties who might be culpable for this murder. And the prosecution was again arguing, look, these are all theories. They are not grounded in evidence. It should be noted that at 9:08 a.m. on the morning of January 29th, 2022, Karen Reed's blood was taken at Good Samaritan, and her BAC at that time was between 0.07 and 0.08, but they did a reverse extrapolation of that to determine what her BAC would have been during the relevant time period, and they determined that to be a 0.13 to a 0.2.
Hi, Melissa.
9. The defense was arguing last week to keep that information out. Later the afternoon on the 29th, state troopers arrived at Reed's home, observed the black Lexus parked outside with a shattered taillight, and seized the Lexus and took it to Canton Police Department. They also located 2 pieces of red plastic taillight and one piece of clear plastic taillight by the Massachusetts State Police Special Emergency Response Team at the home where John O'Keefe was found. Prosecution saying that they dug through the snow to find it. The defense is saying that those were on top of the snow, which with the size of the storm that came in, where and how this plastic was found, either buried in the snow or sitting right on top of the snow, is going to be contentious at this trial. So let's talk about the defense's perspective of this case. One of the first things the defense brought forward is that the night of January 29th, 2022, at 2:27 a.m., Jennifer McCabe, who is Brian Albert's sister-in-law, remember that's the house where John O'Keefe was found, made a Google search that says, quote, Haas, not how, like a mistypo from how, because on your phone keyboard, the S and the W are right there under one another. House long to die in the cold. The defense is saying that that search occurring at 2:27 supports their theory that John O'Keefe was beat up inside of the home and then left in the snow. The defense also alleges that the injuries on John O'Keefe are consistent with him being attacked by the family's German Shepherd. The German Shepherd was subsequently rehomed. The circumstances of that rehoming are after, some say the attack on another dog, some say a bite to a person. We will see what comes out at trial. But the dog was subsequently rehomed, and Brian Albert's home had flooring changed and then was subsequently sold. But what the defense also argues is that the federal expert and federal reconstruction expert, which we will get to in a minute when we talk about the federal investigation, said that the evidence does not support that John O'Keefe was hit by an SUV, and that the damage on the SUV does not support it hitting John O'Keefe. The defense also has been arguing and recently argued in court that they want to present possible third parties who murdered John O'Keefe, including Brian Albert, Brian Albert's nephew, Colin Albert, who the defense alleges had bad blood with John O'Keefe, and the prosecution states that that is not supported by any evidence other than Karen Reed's belief that there had been bad blood there, and ATF agent Brian Higgins, who they allege had a romantic interest in Reed, and they say that text messages between him and Reed support that. The defense is also alleging that they have a witness who saw Brian Higgins alone with Reed's vehicle outside Canton Police Station for, quote, a wildly long time, and that the video in the area cut out for 42 minutes. Prosecutors argue that that camera is motion censored, so it didn't really cut out, that motion wasn't triggering it. And prosecutors argue that earlier in the day, law enforcement had gone to O'Keefe's home to do a welfare check on the niece and nephew, who at this point were at his home alone because Karen Reed had gone back to Brian Albert's house to look for John O'Keefe, and that their cruiser vehicle captured damage to Karen Reed's taillight. So in sum, the prosecution is alleging that this was a relationship going south, that Karen Reed had had too much to drink and hit him with her car and left him there to die. The defense is arguing that Karen Reed dropped him off at the home of Brian Albert for an ongoing party, that he went inside the home, was beaten up inside the home, attacked by the German Shepherd, and then dragged back outside and left in the snow to die. And that the lead investigator on this case had a close personal friendship with the owner of the home, Boston Police Officer Brian Albert, that the lead investigator didn't disclose those relationships, that there's now an investigation into the lead investigator on this case, and that the way this case was handled reeks of a cover-up by law enforcement to protect Brian Albert about what happened in this home. We will see how much of that evidence they will be able to present, but the prosecution has indicated that it will take them probably 4 weeks to present their case, and the defense has indicated it will take at least 2 to present their case. I imagine a substantial portion of the defense case is going to come by way of vigorous cross-examination. And some of that cross-examination is going to be made better for the defense and more complicated for the prosecution by this federal investigation. Thank you to our sponsor, Shopify, for making episode.
I'm not giving free sponsorships out, so
yeah, pretty well done by her. You know,
she's doing well. I mean, she's loaded. We got the FBI investigation. She talks about now the federal investigation, which might whet your appetite, Mr. El Jefe.
Oh yeah, I mean, let's face it. This is where it's going.
Yeah.
Hey, Emily, isn't it weird that there's a federal investigation and a federal grand jury going on looking into an ongoing case that hasn't gone to trial yet? Yep. Yes, it is. Yeah, that's real weird. Why? Because it's messy. It's not weird because it's messy. It's weird because it's not done, and it's not done because it's messy. Having a grand jury, a federal grand jury take place before this trial has even gone forward is wild. A lot of the witnesses called by the federal grand jury from public reports seem to be the exact same witnesses that are going to be called at the trial. And the feds have turned over 3,000 pages of documents from their investigation into this case. No one has been indicted in connection with that investigation. Remember, grand juries can be investigative. So grand juries can just look into trying to decide or determine what happened or who else should be looked into. But this investigation started to come to light in the news media and caught much more attention when letters between the DA's office and the feds were unsealed and then discussed in open court, confirming the investigation, but not who any specific targets are or whether this is just an investigating grand jury.
I love Twiddly Pip, so let's answer this because I love Twiddly Pip. Sean, I missed how John and Karen separated. Was she just waiting for him in the car?
Yeah, the idea was, evidently, she was confused or not sure if the invitation was actually extended to them. She had some confusion, all right? And John, the plan was when John got out of the car, all right, that he was going in and we're going to text her to say, okay, it's all good, because she decided on the way over that she was not going to go into the party, okay? So she waited for a text. The text never came, and then she just took off, right? So that's how they separated. Now, real quick. So it has become apparent that defense witness number 23, Richie D'Antano, who is the driver who followed Karen and John down from Cedar Crest to in front of 34 Fairview. I'm not saying this. I'm saying that people out there that have knowledge of this particular person have indicated that this guy, Richie D'Antano, kid, has given a statement to the FBI that he did in fact see John go to the house. There's also, this would be like amazing, that this particular truck had like one of those dash cam videos, like, they see, right? Imagine if he has a dash cam video that shows John getting out of the car, because let's face it, they were going right down the road, right behind Karen. Would that be amazing if they see the car door open right at the driveway, as Karen said, he gets out, runs into the house, and she pulls up waiting, because that's what the evidence, that's what her story says. Wouldn't that be a killer? Now, I can't confirm it. I can't even confirm about this kid D'Antano, but people close to his family have stated that. The part about the dash cam, I'm not sure, but the part about him providing a statement directly to the FBI has surfaced, and he did not give a statement to the state investigators, and he's the only one, I believe, he's only on the witness stand, the witness list for the defense.
That'd be huge.
That is really, really huge. That's huge.
The state will get to see, if there is video, the state will get to see it and everything before.
Oh yeah, right. They will.
But you think if there was video and stuff now, that they'd be like, well, fuck me.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it hasn't already, you would hope it would after something like that. Like I said, I can't confirm about the dash cam video. I haven't looked at all the exhibits presented by the defense.
I've not seen it.
Yeah. But that would be, would that be a smoking gun?
That would be one hell of. Well, the thing is, there's things like that. I think that will surely just mean that it doesn't go to trial. Do you know what I mean? Which is why I'm wondering if there is a video, because if there is, then the state need to look at that and go, "Oh my God!" I mean,
and people got to remember too. All right, this TUI report was seen by the defense, obviously, by the judge, and by the prosecution. All right. Other people are saying out there, well, clearly the judge saw the TUI and she finds no problems. No, she can't say if there's problems or no problems. All right. What she said to Yannetti, you, David Yannetti and Alan Jackson and Miss Reed, you have not provided me a motion on who you say is the third party guilty in this case. You haven't given me anything written down. Well, it's almost like David thought, wow, guess what, Your Honor? I'm prepared to give you that right now orally. And she did. She let him, and not only did they give her a third party, he gives them three parties, right? So he is a master of disaster. I mean, he just crushed. 2 times she allowed him, 2 times. One way back, I believe it was the fall, he orated for almost an hour, gave a closing statement. Called Proctor, he went from conflicted to a corrupt state trooper. I mean, that was huge. That was picked up by Court TV and everyone. And he went along the whole road of giving his arguments. This, by the way, was way before the TUI report was even thought about, okay? Just because no one is ringing the bell about what they saw, they can't, because they're under a very strict protective order. And she knows it, the judge, and of course Lally knows it, and the other people who are saying this, they should realize that's why she can't comment for or against the TUI. That's how strict that order is. You saw what the judge said. He said, you know, I wanted to be able to see what you're going to. Well, unfortunately, she already allowed the motions to be redacted, but he was willing to bring her into federal court to talk about sanctions. He wrote that to her. So this guy means business, Josh Levy. So I mean, for Kevin Lenihan to say they found nothing, no, they haven't told you anything because they're not allowed to tell you. They're only allowed to comment via motions in court and via testimony in the trial. I guarantee, out of those 3,074 pages of something that's supposed to be exculpatory for Karen, you know there's stuff in there. And I believe that judge said, you know, Mike Morrissey, I am not making that decision. This decision is on you. You brought this case to my court. You dirtied my court. You fix it. So they've got today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday to figure out what the hell they want to do. So
that might be the delay. And we got Edwards. When Scott always brings the juice here. So Bev knew the defense weren't supposed to put anything from the feds in writing motions. True.
Right.
Little B. Hello, Little B. Please hit the like button. Please. Yes, please.
Smash that like button. I don't say it, but I love saying it. Smash the like button.
Smash it. Tuddy Pip, thanks to Sean for your answer. No problems. Sounds like a lot of speculation. I mean, well, that bit, yeah, was speculation. Yes, it was. But it sounds like the Commonwealth's case at the minute. Speculation. But it's all going to come out in the opening statements, because what are they going to say in the opening? How are they going to describe how Karen did this to John? Do you know what I mean?
I mean, let's face it. I'm not sure if it's in state court, but I know in federal court, the prosecution gets 2 bites at the apple for opening statements because they got the burden of proof. So Lally's going to have to be very crafty, right? To put he's going to have to say how Karen killed John. And I'll tell you, he's on thin ice on this one. He's on very thin ice. So, you know, it's his case. He brought it.
Yeah.
He accepted it. He brought it. He owns it. He has to own this case now or get out of it.
Yeah. There's a lot of explaining to be done by the Commonwealth before we even get to the defense side of it. So, you know, so talk about speculation. Let's see what the Commonwealth brings. Right, with another 7 minutes left of this, let's watch this and we'll call it a day then.
Right.
Again, over 3,000 pages of documents turned over by the U.S. Attorney's Office related to their investigation in the case. And in those 3,000 pages, it became clear that they had hired their own reconstruction expert. The defense has stated in filings that O'Keefe's injuries were inconsistent with the damage on the car and that the damage on the car was inconsistent with having made contact with O'Keefe. So if the Fed's reconstruction expert say that the damage to the victim and the damage to the car don't match those two colliding, I have a lot of questions.
And rightly so, Emily, you have a lot. That's not speculation, is it, Sean?
No, that's not speculation.
So,
and I guarantee that these people, when they bring their study in, all right, what they uncovered, you're going to see the highest tech equipment, 3D animation. You think Kevin's stupid video from Pakistan, wherever the hell he got it, right? The guy hitting down, come on. But I'll tell you, these guys are going to wow the jury. I mean, and you know, the state police have minimum ability to put a theory together. They don't. They really don't. They have absolutely no way to put that theory together. It's ludicrous. You either get hit by a car or you don't get hit by a car. And John's injuries do not appear to be, he had been hit by any car. If you look at the back of that SUV, where are the damages to his skeletal body? There is absolutely no way that car hit John. None.
No.
We knew it from day one. Right? The fact that we're still talking about it it's an embarrassment. It's a slap in the face to all of us. But that's their case. They got to own it. Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck with speculation. Hello, Wine Cellar and Fuse. Hi, humans. Hello to you. Aussie, see you later, Aussie in Australia. Catch you later. Facts, John. Facts. Yes. Not speculation.
Huh.
Right. Let's hear a bit more for you.
And would you all be interested in going through the 3,000 pages? Well, yes. Yes, we all would. Are those court documents? Well, no, some of them are investigative documents, but those have been impounded by the court, meaning that they are sealed, but they will be able to be used in trial to cross-examine witnesses. So if witnesses gave testimony or gave a statement to police and then gave testimony at the state grand jury and then gave testimony at the federal grand jury,
there you go.
There's the potential that some of these witnesses have given 3 or more statements, at least 2 of them under oath. And with that, there is always the potential for misstatement, for differences or variances in the statements. And that's going to be the same for Karen Read's statements as well. There are variances in the things that she's told people and the way that she is told what happened that night that are going to be quite highlighted. She is out of custody pending this trial. I don't know if she will take the stand in her own defense. It will be very interesting if she does, because there are multiple statements that she's given, which are all going to come in as a party opponent. But the defense has quite a lot of ground to cross-examine witnesses on, especially the witnesses that were in the house the night of the party. The prosecution argues that John O'Keefe couldn't have been beaten up inside the party because he never went in. His phone doesn't show him ever going in, and his phone was underneath his body outside on the ground because the snow had not fallen yet. The snow fell after he was outside, and that wouldn't have been the case if he had gone inside the party, had been beaten up inside the party, and then taken back outside. He would have been on top of snow and then also covered by snow. So When I say the snow is going to play a factor here, how he was found and where his phone was, those things are going to become tremendously important to the state's case. But the statements of the witnesses and the failure to disclose personal relationships is going to be something that's difficult for a jury to get around, I think. There are, again, a lot of questions here. And when you have an accident reconstructionist that wasn't hired by the defense and wasn't hired by the state coming in and saying that this is inconsistent, it's going to be interesting to see how the prosecution gets around that evidence if the defense calls that expert. Because the state's going to call their own experts. They're not going to call that expert. So in the mix of all of this, there is also allegations of witness intimidation. There have been defense motions to recuse the district attorney's office, which were denied. There is the judge who, even when the defense and the prosecution agrees, doesn't seem to agree with them. They've all asked for a continuance, and the defense has asked for a continuance regarding testing tissue samples from John O'Keefe's arm. They allege that the damage to his arm looks like animal bites and scratches, not like a road rash from getting pulled by a car. We're going to see a lot of that come up in trial, and they have not been able to test those tissue samples on their own. So they have asked for more time. All of it is setting up a mess if she is convicted and this goes to appeal. But even though the defense and the prosecution have agreed, this court has refused to delay this trial. Could that still happen? Yes. Until a jury is seated, this trial can still get delayed. And even once a jury is seated, it can still get mistried and delayed if something else comes up. But the judge has seemed very steadfast in moving forward. The layout of the courtroom from the few court hearings I've watched is a little awkward based on where all the different tables are. It's going to be interesting to see how cameras are set up for trial. This, like all trials, the courtroom audio has been via potato, and it has been a little bit difficult to follow some of the hearings because of that. Because there is such a great divide in this case, for those of you that haven't been following it, I think it's going to be pretty easy to come into the case and be like, let's see what the evidence bears out in court. For those who might have been covering it closely, it is going to maybe be a little more difficult to try to put what you know aside and watch this case as potentially a juror. Let's see what the evidence bears out. But even if you know a lot about the case, I always think it's interesting to try to come in with an open mind and say, I want to see how they prove it. I want to see how the state convinces me that this is a second-degree murder. And I want to see what the defense says about the state's evidence once it's their turn. And do they poke enough holes in the state's case? Remember, they don't have to prove someone else did it. Do they poke enough holes in the state's case that there's reasonable doubt there? I sure have a lot of questions going into this case. It's why I'm interested in covering it. Because at the end of the day, I don't know what happened on the morning of January 29th, 2022. And I'm very interested to see how these attorneys tell us what happened that morning. And with that, I hope that you look forward to joining me back in live court. I'm not going to get into any more of the stuff aside from this case. After this case is done, if you are curious, I am open to taking a look at everything else that is going on, including a blogger who's been talking about this case getting arrested and more. We can talk about all of that after this jury comes back and take a look at everything else going on around this case. But I didn't want to get all the way down that rabbit hole because I really do want to see how this case plays out in front of a jury. With all of that, law nerds, we're just about to be back in trial. So it's more important now than ever to stay.
Right. Thank you, Emily.
That was great. That was really good. I liked her. I liked her
she's
a lot.
good. She's going to give recaps, and I would say to people they should listen to her recaps, listen to Melly Little's recaps, obviously as well. You're going to give, so listen to as many people as you can on this case. Hang on, let me show this. Ted Daniels posted. Let me make it larger. Okay, so 85 people in jury pool today, all filling in now. So Judge Canone's reading the witness list. By show of hands, 60 indicated they have heard or spoken of this case. 28 have formed opinions about it. 7 have formed bias for one side. So Yeah. So that's where
they'll get one today for sure, no doubt.
Yeah. There's a question here from Jody. We're going to finish on this question, okay? Because we're going to be coming back tomorrow. So and we need a rest as well for good old Sean here. So Jody says, question, how can Lally plead his case when he said in Karen's original arraignment that the taillight was cracked and that Jen stated it was cracked as well and not shattered?
That's there's the part, right, that when I went down my rabbit hole with this taillight, okay, that's exactly what I was focusing on. I heard crack, 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 right? Well, Jody, okay, then I started looking at the affidavit, the own affidavit that Mr. Lally depended on for probable cause, right? He and Proctor worked on this affidavit to bring to a court official, probably a magistrate or a judge itself, right? And in that affidavit, when Proctor seized that vehicle, okay, he said, the right rear, I used this so much, I got it by memory. The right rear, right side of the taillight was shattered and a large piece missing. When I had that video, I zoomed in, I focused, I said, wait a minute, oh, now I'm looking at the right side of that taillight, right? And I must have analyzed it ad nauseum. My wife is saying, what the hell? She came in at 3 o'clock one morning to this little studio here I have with my guitars, and what are you doing? I said, I'm looking for the LEDs. What LEDs you're looking for? I said, right there. They're right there. And I'm saying to myself, that's not how that picture at the end of the day looked like. That taillight was intact. She goes, of course it's intact, Sean. You can see it. I said, right. Thank you, Susanna. Now go back to bed. I got to finish. And you're right, Jody. He did say crack. Jennifer McCabe said crack. Kerry Roberts said crack. Karen Reed said crack. And that goddamn dash cam is going to show a cracked taillight. That's the case right there. I know we're back to the taillight. When it's all said and done, that taillight is going to be the crux of this case. End of story. Thank you for bringing that up, Jody. You're so right about that. Right.
That's what brought me into the case of the taillight. So,
right. And Mike Crawford, who was born again on the taillight.
We all are. That's how we met because of the taillight. So, and Miss Lynn, hello everyone. Hello to you, Miss Lynn. So we're going to end it there. So we're going to come back tomorrow morning by 8:45 Eastern, go through the motions and all that, and we'll have a short stream, whatever that lasts for. You go and get your allergy sorted today. I'm going off to do another stream in 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Doing another Matt Moore stream on my channel. And if you don't know who Matt Moore is a defendant last year who was accused of staging and killing his wife, but he was found not guilty. But we review his trial. So feel free to join us for that if you want to. But Sean, we will be on tomorrow morning.
Thank you, Dylan. I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone in the chat and everyone watching. And all the replay gang. The replay members are great too.
Yeah. And remember to go over to Sean's channel and obviously subscribe, because Sean will be doing evening recaps once the trial starts as well.
Yeah.
And we've got Google Gavin Fish in YouTube as well for Sean's interview with him as well.
Yeah. Gavin's a good guy.
Sean, if you go to Boston, remember to come up to Champions Pub in Peabody.
PB. Oh man, I miss the steak tips. That is the staple for bar stuff, right? For bar food, steak tips and fries. I love it. Oh my God. Thank you, Jody. Peabody, Mass.
Before we go, shout out to Audrey as well. We gave her a shout out not long ago because she did all the documents on your.
Oh yeah, hold on, Audrey. I haven't spoken to you. You got to tell me about Friday. I am so interested what you feel is going to happen Friday. I got to get a hold of you. She's one of my best mods right there. Wendy, Audrey, Dawn, Sarah, Joe.
You fucked it.
Joe's
Once you start naming them,
Ragman, I don't know who he is. He's one of my
fucked.
admins.
Never ever name the mods, otherwise you're stuffed.
They're beautiful. They're beautiful. All of them.
I know, all of them are.
And then the ones in the YouTube, they're even better, man. They're fighters. They kill everyone.
Yeah. Right. Thanks everybody. Thank you for your kind words and everything. So again, thank you to Audrey for getting all the documents for the defense and all that together, saying who was who.
Great, man. She's a great team member. Really is.
Here we are. Right. So we're going to end it again with the words of Sean, and we shall see you all tomorrow morning. Okay. Take care. Take care yourself,
guys. Right there. That's an outro.
That's an outro. Take care, guys. Oh, there we are. The thumbs down.
It's raining.
too much fun. Right. See you all in a bit. Take care.
Good, take care of yourself.
People, it's over. Elvis has left the building. It's done. Over.
Oh, man. That's funny. That is